So I recently just finished reading Stephen King's On Writing. It's a book he wrote about writing, and I wanted to share my top 14 tips from the book in case you didn't read it or on the edge about reading it or just need a refresher or you need something to do to procrastinate writing your next thing because I am procrastinating right now. By the way, my name is Elijah Joseph. I recently wrote my first debut graphic novel, Something in the Water. Check that out in the description. It's a thriller graphic novel, a little bit of satire, a little bit of horror, and a whole lot of thrill. It's about two teens uncovering a conspiracy theory in their small town. If that seems at all interesting to you, check it out when you're done watching this video. All right, let's get into my favorite tips from Stephen King's On Writing. So number one, if you want to be a writer, you must do two things above all others. Read a lot and write a lot. Probably the most important thing. I actually said this in my last video, writing for beginners. You gotta read, you gotta write a lot. You gotta get the good ideas out, you gotta get the bad ideas out. You gotta learn to hone your skills. You gotta read the good, you gotta read the bad. Read the good to be inspired. Read the bad to figure out, yeah, I don't wanna do that ever. So no matter what you do, anything you read is never a moment wasted when you're a writer. I just made that up. He didn't say that, I did. All right. Next, Stephen says stories consist of three things, and that's narration, description, and dialogue. Those are the three most important things. Not the beginning, not the middle, the end. It is the narration, the description, and dialogue. That's mostly if you're writing novels, not so much if you're writing screenplays, sometimes if you're writing comics, maybe sometimes if you're writing screenplays, but you can still take the most two important things, description and dialogue. So narration is which moves the story from point A to point B, description, which creates a sensory reality for the reader, and dialogue, which brings the characters to life through their speech. And getting good on all of those three things are a key to being a good novel writer, and really just a writer in general. I kind of forget what this means, but I wrote it down. The situation comes first. The characters, always flat and unfeatured to begin with, come next. But basically, the plot comes first, and then they fill in the characters through the plot. You know, all characters will start out flat and boring, but as the situation comes, it reveals about the character itself. So don't worry about the character when you're beginning. I mean, of course, worry about the character at the beginning, but don't worry about it too much. What are the situation that they're in and how are they reacting, which really reveals the character. Number four, whether it's a vignette of a single page or an epic trilogy like Lord of the Rings, the work is always accomplished one word at a time. Everything is accomplished one word at a time. I don't really need to go any further on that. I think the most important thing to realize with this is writing is boring. It is uninspiring sometimes. It's a lot of work. Sometimes it's fantastic and you feel like a god. Maybe that's just a manic episode. But anyway, sometimes it feels amazing. But houses are built brick by brick and so are stories. Don't get too overwhelmed on the first little thing. Number five, the most interesting situations can usually be expressed as a what if question. To help you come up with better situations, or more situations in the story, just think, what if this happened? What if two characters found a conspiracy theory? What if a town poisoned a water for profit? What if the initial villain isn't actually the villain in the story? Those are some what if questions I asked to write my graphic novel. Shameless plug, Something in the Water. So if you need to come up with ideas and situations, what ifs are a great thing to do. What if they just started having sex in the moment? Number six, the best stories always end up being about the people rather than the event. Now, it kind of contradicts the situation comes first, but an emphasis on characters. People connect to characters, they don't connect to plots. They connect to the relatability of moments that the characters have. There's a moment in my book, what's the book? I don't want to use my book as an example. In Erased, he's sad about his mother dying. I can connect with that. I would be sad if my mother died. In the Holy Bible, probably something happens. I've actually never read this. This was given to me as a gift, and I just have it on my shelf. So, but there's probably something relatable in there. You get the point. Create great characters because those are who will be remembered at the end of the day. Not the plot, but the characters. 7, with a passive verb, something is being done to the subject of the sentence. The subject is just letting it happen. You should avoid the passive tense, like the meeting will be held or the body was carried. This is more for writing novels, but try to avoid passive tense. Tell us what's happening in the story. It's like the whole show don't tell thing, but in a more actionable manner. 8, dialogue, whether ugly or beautiful, is an index of character. Your dialogue will reveal your character, and so make sure you make some moments that only could come from that character. 9, description begins in the writer's imagination but should finish in the reader's, which basically means create moments that the readers can see in their head. How to do that is another thing that's about practice and rewriting, but at the end of the day, a good description leaves a good scene in your head, a good image in your head. 10. The road to hell is paved with adverbs. You don't need adverbs when you do your talking, like when your character says something, like he said loudly, he said nastily, he said slowly, he said kindly, he said softly. You don't need all of those. You don't need those. You can reveal the way they said it in the action. You can reveal it in the way they say the dialogue. Think about how your character would be expressing yourself if they said that, if you were doing it in a graphic novel. Don't go crazy with your thesaurus references. Okay? Sometimes simpler is better. You don't need a fancy word to say the word tip, like allowment. Never use allowment when you mean tip. That is number 11. Number 12, I actually have a video coming out on this later, but it's setting a writing goal. As with physical exercise, it would be best to set a goal low at first. I suggest like 1,000 words a day or an hour a day. It gives you a goal to reach instead of just having it open-ended. You'll never finish if it feels open-ended. Like if you had to do a workout, you ask them when does it end and they shrug their shoulders, you're not going to do that workout. You want to know it's going to be like 30 minutes or whatever. Set your goal. Number 13 is the opposite of my 13th reason. This is the reason why I live. Call that one person you write for the ideal reader. He or she is going to be in your writing room at all time. When you're writing, think about yourself, but also the ideal reader in mind. Like I'm working on a superhero satire. I know that person that I'm writing for is somebody who loves superheroes, but sees the inconsistencies or sees the same things happen in comic books or in superhero stories, and I want to make fun of that. So I write for that person in the room at all times. And before I get to the last one, number 14, if you've enjoyed the video thus far, I want you to take your finger and press the like button. Press the subscribe button if you found it valuable and want more writing advice that I regurgitate from other people or writing advice that I have summoned from the depths of originality. Okay, that's all. And buy my book, Something in the Water. Okay, last, number 14, if you can do it for joy, you can do it forever. If you love writing, if you have fun doing it, even when you aren't getting paid for it, it is something that you can do forever. And also don't worry, and you might not get paid for it. So make sure you enjoy writing if you're going to write.